Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best of the best when it comes to Ash Ketchum's partners, ranking them based on their battle history, personality, and overall impact on the franchise.
Pidgeotto! Quick attack!
Number 20. Kingler. Ash may have caught Krabby when he was the runt of the cast, but by the time he appeared in battle, this water type was something to behold. Let's put it this way, in Krabby's first official fight in the series, he beat 3 Pokemon, evolved into Kingler, and single-handedly won an Indigo League match.
Hyper Beam now!
Given that's where he started, it's no surprise that Kingler went on to become one of Ash's most reliable partners. But while his track record is certainly impressive, the best part about Kingler is knowing that if it weren't for Ash, he'd still be an underestimated Krabby to this day.
Oh
no! Number 19. Bayleaf. Every trainer needs to have a good relationship with their partners, but Bayleaf takes that to a whole new level.
Wait, Bayleaf! Take it easy!
Always wearing her heart on her sleeve, or rather her leaves, Bayleaf cries, cheers, and fights for Ash with so much sincerity, it's impossible not to love it. That's not to say she's a pushover though. Whether you have a type advantage or not, you don't want to be on the wrong end of Bayleaf's body slam.
Now finish it with Body Slam!
Especially if Ash is the one asking her to do it. After seeing their adorable relationship blossom across Johto, it's hard not to adore Bayleaf as much as she adores Ash. Number 18. Hawlucha. Ash has a lot of iconic flying types in reserve, but for Hawlucha, we'll happily make room for one more.
Alright, Hawlucha! High jump kick!
Part bird, part wrestler, and part prideful scene stealer, Hawlucha easily flew its way to become one of the coolest parts of the Kalos saga. Despite some steep competition in the partner department, Hawlucha's flying presses cemented it as a total force to be reckoned with. Just look at what happened in the Lumiose conference. What's more, it sometimes gets to wear a sick costume when it comes out to battle. Like any good wrestler, Hawlucha knows how to put on a show, that's all we're saying.
Flying press!
Number 17. Gengar.
Gengar!
What are you doing here? Oh no, it's you!
Believe it or not, this is the first ghost type Ash has ever officially added to his lineup. But boy, was it worth the wait. Having been abandoned by his past trainer, Gengar had some justified reservations about trusting a new partner. Lucky for him, befriending lost Pokemon is kind of Ash Ketchum's thing.
Come on and be my friend!
Then, following a long and satisfying journey together, Gengar finally unleashed his maximum potential, also known as Gigantamax. The ghost type was such a beast on the battlefield, he even earned a pivotal spot in Ash's coronation-winning team. That victory is as much for their relationship as it is for Ash's dream. Number 16. Crocodile. When in doubt, you can't go wrong with a Pokemon that wears sunglasses. Crocodile is the only evidence you need. The ground type started its journey as a shy Sandile, following Ash throughout Unova. Eventually, it warmed up enough to join his team. Later, it evolved into a Krokorok, and then Crocodile.
Crocodile!
But no matter what, it never lost its shades or its personality.
Gotta hang tough! Use Dragon Claw!
Crocodile!
Intercept with Shadow Claw!
While the fully formed Pokemon won plenty of iconic fights in its day, it's Crocodile's effortless individuality that makes it stand out as a character in its own right. Ash really looked out with this one. He got a Crocodile with style and substance.
No!
Number 15, Lapras. Yeah, this one's a bit of a throwback. Not only is this seafaring Pokemon one of the most adorable creatures you'll ever lay eyes on, but it serves as the main source of transportation for Ash and company during his time on the Orange Islands. Initially afraid of humans after being separated from its herd, it ended up forming a strong bond with Ash. Cute as it may be, it certainly knows how to leave its enemies on ice. Number 14, Rowlet. Much like Pikachu, this charming owl prefers to stay outside of its Pokeball. You won't hear any complaints from us though. After all, anytime Rowlet's on screen, we know we're in for a good time.
Are you saying you wanna come with me?
That is, assuming it's not already asleep. Despite its frequent drowsiness, Rowlet pecked its way through some of Ash's most important battles in Alola, including a victory over its own evolution, Decidueye. And since it never evolved itself, Rowlet won them all without losing its lovable demeanor. As it turns out, Ash's first capture in Alola also ended up becoming one of his very best ever. It's not even close.
Rowlet, leafage!
Number 13, Torterra. Another day, another grass starter added to the Hall of Fame. This time it's from Sinnoh. The edgy Torterra may look menacing, but that's not actually where its story with Ash begins. No, the Pallet Town prodigy caught it all the way back as a dopey Turtwig. Through lots of positive reinforcements, the headstrong rookie grew into a Grotle, and finally a Torterra.
Now, Torterra, use Leaf Storm!
Raising this Pokemon to its final stage fostered a truly one-of-a-kind relationship, particularly in comparison to Paul's dynamic with his own Torterra. Whether it was on the battlefield or not, Ash's trusty grass type showed everyone that planting down roots is never a bad idea.
Torterra, behind you on the left! All right, Torterra, Leaf Storm!
Number 12, Goodra. When Ash stumbled upon a frightened Gumi unable to stand up for itself, he took it as a challenge. A few episodes, some incredible fights, and a lot of hard work later, he had a fully evolved Goodra to show for it. Gumi's empowering journey from a scared bystander into a proud dragon is worth the price of admission alone. But to sweeten the deal, Goodra repaid Ash by delivering some of the coolest fights the Pokemon anime has ever seen.
Use mine!
Even though the pseudo-legendary parted ways with its trainer at the end of the Kalos arc, its jaw-dropping feats ensured that Goodra will never be forgotten by Ash or the audience.
Thanks again.
Number 11, Heracross.
Hey look, Heracross wants to thank Bulbasaur and Pikachu.
Sure, it would much rather spend its days sucking sap out of trees than locking horns in a Pokemon battle, but this sturdy insect is always willing to fight for Ash and proved itself to be a valued addition to the team throughout his time in the Johto region. Comedic and loving in nature, Heracross was actually thrown into some pretty tough battles and managed to claim victory. Not many bug types would be able to stand up to a Magmar and Blastoise, but then again, they weren't armed with a Mega Horn.
Magmar is hit by the most powerful Pokemon attack!
Number 10, Squirtle. Originally the leader of a gang of vandals, the group eventually abandoned their mischievous ways and offered their services as firefighters, with Squirtle deciding to join Ash on his journey to become a Pokemon master.
Squirtle.
Reliable in the face of danger, and whose mastery of water techniques even put Misty's bunch to shame, you can always count on Squirtle to hydro pump its way out of a jam. Number 9. Lycanroc. Ash's Rockruff practically grew up before our eyes, moody teenage years and all. Although it had some prideful growing pains, Ash worked with his newly evolved Lycanroc until the two were practically inseparable.
Now here we go! Continental Crush!
Then they put that bond to the test in the finals of the Manalo Conference. Talk about putting pressure on a new relationship. Still, when push came to shove, it wasn't Pikachu or anyone else who won Ash his first champion title. It was Lycanroc. There's no way to oversell just how iconic that final fight is, but it's all the more satisfying knowing how hard Ash and Lycanroc worked to get there.
We're not done! Now use counter against counter!
No way!
Number 8. Bulbasaur. Despite its small stature, Bulbasaur more than proved just how much of a powerhouse it was with its fierce determination, endurance, as well as Solar Beam that turned photosynthesis into a weapon of mass destruction.
Solar Beam!
It may have taken a backseat in recent years, but its impact as one of Ash's strongest Pokemon still remains true. In fact, it's such a beast that it refused its own evolutionary process and still came out on top. Number 7. Infernape.
Whoa, it's Infernape!
The Sinnoh region is rife with danger. You have deadly new Pokemon, Team Galactic, and that jerk Paul. As such, you need a Pokemon that knows how to bring the heat. Originally a Chimchar owned by Paul, it was tossed aside after he viewed it to be too weak for his team. However, it was not long before it found itself with a new compassionate owner in the form of Ash. Over time, Chimchar evolved into an Infernape and eventually got the chance to get even when it ended up battling Paul's Electivire during the Sinnoh League, where it displayed just how strong it had become. Number 6. Snorlax. It's big, loves to spend its days eating and sleeping, and has actually proven itself to be quite the handy ally in a Pokemon battle. With its immense weight and strength, Snorlax has managed to flatten and send opponents flying.
That ice punch strikes like a ton of bricks!
Aside from having difficulty trying to get it to overcome its laziness, Ash has called in this particular big gun throughout his many journeys, and as long as it gets a little rest at the end of the ordeal, Snorlax does not disappoint. Number 5. Sceptile. Even when it was just a Trico, this grass type was one cool customer. After reaching its pinnacle form, Sceptile quickly rose to become one of the party's strongest members. Kind of a shame it took him so long to evolve. Could have really used those Leaf Blades and Solar Beam during the Hoenn League finals. It more than made up for it, however, when it took down Tobias's legendary Pokemon, Darkrai. Now that was impressive. Number 4. Lucario. There's not many trainers out there who could nurture an unhatchable egg into a Mega Evolved Ace, but that's just the Ketchum way. Since Riolu only evolves through aura and friendship, its debut as Lucario is a visual reminder of how much Ash has put into their bond.
One more time! Aura Sphere!
Once you add Mega Evolution to the list, it's obvious why Lucario earned a spot on Ash's team for the World Coronation Series. It's not just an uber-powerful fighting machine though, Lucario's a partner one who's learned to respect Ash as much as he respects his Pokemon back. Against that kind of teamwork, Leon never stood a chance.
Let's go, Lucario! Use Aura Sphere!
You Psybeam!
Number 3. Greninja. Ash has had many water-type starter Pokemon over the years, and Froakie seemed like it would be another run-of-the-mill addition. Then it evolved into its final form, and we got one of Ash's most badass Pokemon of all time. Due to the XYZ series receiving a much-needed boost in animation quality, Greninja's speed and fighting abilities are shown to be off the charts, especially when he and Ash mentally sync up and let loose that water shuriken. Is this a Pokemon or a shonen action hero? Number 2. Charizard. Never has there been a Pokemon with a more conflicting relationship with Ash. As a Charmander, it was as friendly and loyal as could be, but then it evolved into Charmeleon and went through what can only be called Poke-adolescence, complete with a constant rebellious attitude. Then things really got kicked up a gear when it evolved into a Charizard and wanted nothing to do with Ash, even costing him his chance at the Indigo League.
Charizard, you can't just quit in the middle of my most important match ever!
However, over time, Charizard began to mellow and enjoy fighting by Ash's side, and has since become one of his strongest and most reliable allies. Ash must have the patience of a saint. We'd give up after the first flamethrower to the face.
Yes! Charizard, return!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Pikachu.
Oh, hi, Pikachu!
Pika.
You never forget your first Pokemon, and this little electric mouse has stuck by Ash's side through thick and thin across every single region, gym battle, and encounter with Team Rocket. A constant companion who simply refuses to settle for a Pokeball. If there was any Pokemon that could help Ash achieve that decades-long dream of becoming the very best, it was Pikachu. And he did. After all, its thunderbolts seem to disregard the laws of nature and shock any type of adversary into submission. Which Pokemon would you want to have as a partner in real life? Let us know in those comments below.
And I hereby declare to the Pokemon of the world, I will be a Pokemon Master! Pokemon Master!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.